second time I'm doing this because my internet is just it might not even stay on, but um, yeah, let me start this again. Hopefully my internet holds out. If not, then I'll have to just make another video. But yeah, like, so I want to answer some of you guys' questions on my videos that I haven't had the chance to answer, and I feel like doing a live stream can sort of get some interaction going through face to computer instead of just computer to computer, you know? So some things might be a bit easier to explain as well. And I know a lot of you are asking why I'm giving so much knowledge out for free, whereas other artists don't. And I think it's because I didn't have anyone to teach me the do's and don'ts when I first started out. So I just thought, you know, like, it's a way for me to give back and, you know, just sort of like, and I feel like I'm the most happiest in myself out of tattooing, out of anything else, but in myself when I'm helping other people out. So, and also it's, you know, tattooing something you can learn and take with you around the world. You can do it anywhere in the world. You can earn money from it, and you know, you can if you learn tattooing as a skill, even if it's basic skill, you know, lines and stuff, and sort of like dot work and that, you can take it anywhere. So that is basically why I'm doing it. So like a few of you have asked, am I self-taught? Did I have an apprenticeship? So I've been tattooing for about 4 years. Like, that's when I first picked up a machine. I didn't start actually like tattooing like 4 years ago. I think I've been consistently tattooing like every day, one tattoo a day for 2 years now, 2.5 years. Where am I from? I'm from the UK, man. It's like west of London. So not quite in London, but just outside of London. So yeah, so I started tattooing like 2.5 years ago, like consistently, and I first started doing dot work, to be honest. I didn't even do like realism or like the stippling technique that I do now and stuff like that. I did dot work because I was so scared of like going into shade, you know, like I was so scared of just like committing myself to go into shade something super realistic in case I completely fucked it up, you know. So I started doing dot work where it was a bit more like, you know, you can just do one dot, and if it's not in the right place, then it doesn't really matter, you know, you can like work around it. So I did dot work, and then I did that in a studio. I was working in my mum's, like, she had like an outhouse thing where is that Japanese? Is that Chinese? I don't know. I can't, man. I can't think it. Hazim, do you think tattooing books can be helpful? Personally, like, for me, I did, let me just change this. I need to change this chat, if I can change it. Live chat. Hide all chat. All chats are visible. Okay. Do you think tattooing books can be helpful? Yeah, I think so. Especially stuff like script. I don't do much script, to be honest, but I'd love to be able to like draw like insane script, because script is, I just love the style of it, to be honest. And like books to like help you learn how to like set it out can be really helpful. It's just practice, man. Like, I think tattooing books would be really helpful, to be honest. I can't really draw, so I'm just good at copying things and sort of like tracing things. That's what I basically did, really. Like, as a kid, I remember Facebook. Yeah, I've got Facebook. I've got Facebook, man. But it's basically the same as my Instagram, you know. So yeah, like I don't really post much on Facebook. I post more on Instagram, to be fair, because I think that's the way things are going. Thanks a lot. I'm watching your work. It's so great. Greeting from Leon, Mexico. That's sick. It's crazy, like that I'm getting like views from all over the world. I thought it was just going to be in the UK. Let me just read that last bit. You are a machine. I thought he was asking something about my machine. Cheers, man. Like, I really appreciate all the love. Before this live stream cancelled because my internet connection wasn't very good, I was just saying thank you for all the support and the love that you guys are showing me. Like, just keeps me going, you know. Keeps me wanting to to go along with it still, you know. I kind of lost the love for tattooing a bit, because I don't really like the industry, man. Like, I feel like there's so many clicky groups in the tattoo industry, and I feel like it's very, if you don't know that person, then you're just never gonna have a chance, you know, to like make it big on Instagram, or, you know, get your work pushed out there to thousands of people. But yeah, like, another tip as well for me, have you used Zion Rotary yet? I haven't, Jerry. I haven't used Zion Rotary, but I have used Rotary Works, and that's a really good, like, when I was doing my tattoo needles, yeah, I use Killer Ink ones and Cheyenne. Cheyenne are the best brand, I think, out there for needles. But Rotary Works machines, I saw a comment actually on one of my videos, and they said about like, I wouldn't go for a Cheyenne Hawk machine for first starter because it's expensive. I'd go for Rotary Works. To be fair, that's the first machine I actually ever got. I got a Rotary Works machine, and I think it's like £150. I don't know how much it is in dollars and euros, or whatever currency you are using, but yeah, it's £150, which is super cheap. That's like half the price of anything you'll ever get, and it's a really good machine. They're actually made local to here, to be fair. So yeah, I would definitely change the machine on that video from a Cheyenne Hawk. I'd then go up to a Cheyenne Hawk from a Rotary. Rotary Works are really good. So yeah, what's that comment? I want to learn tattoo needles. I mean, I just use cartridge needles, which is pretty much all I use, because I use a cartridge machine like Cheyenne. So yeah, I mean, like, the way I use all bug pin, I'll use all my liners will be bug pin, all my mags will be bug pin, and I will basically just like decided on what needle I'm going to use is basically what space I've got to tattoo. If it's a really small space, I want to pack in some black, I won't use a liner as such. I'll probably go for a small, I don't know, like a 9 round mag or something, a 9 curve mag. And I'd always go with the curved mags as well instead of the straight. And that's just personal preference, really, because when you map your tattoo, how do you do so? Depends on what tattoo designer is, really, is when I would how I would map it out. But going back to the needles, curved mag is just a lot better on the skin than the straight ones. I feel like you can get away with more layers, layering it up. If you haven't got this smooth blend, but you still need to go back into the skin to risk trauma to the skin, then I feel like curved mags will give you a bit more freedom to do that. But yeah, mapping out, I'd say, like, if it's like a portrait or something, I'll like bloodline a tattoo, which is like basically just line without no ink. So, which can work, or you like really lightly line the tattoo, like not the whole thing, but like as you start from the bottom. You always start from the bottom of a tattoo, because when you wipe down, and if you start at the top and you wipe down, you're gonna risk, you know, common sense, but you're gonna risk wiping everything off that you haven't done. So I always start from the bottom and work my way up. But yeah, I would like light. I would dip my machine, I would dip into like a light ink or really medium, like a really light medium ink, and then line as I'm going from bottom to top. That's how I would map out my tattoos. But yeah, I'm gonna try and do like one of these live streams like once a week. If any of you want to ask me something while I'm on live, shoot man, I can answer while I've got this spare like 15 minutes. I'm gonna try and keep it to 15 minutes long as well. So whether or not anyone even tunes in, well, you know, my contact information. I only take email, man. So email or like Instagram or obviously YouTube. I do have Facebook, but I don't really use it much anymore. It's just Instagram, email, and YouTube. But like my email is tattoo. That's like where you'll get me like personally. Tattoos by Oliver Air at gmail.com is my email. I can't even write it out. I can't even put it on the screen because I wonder if I can. Can I type on this? Probably not. No, I don't think I can add a reply, which sucks. Can I? No, I can't. You should be able to do that. Yeah, but like email me, man, whatever you want to know. Tattoos, make sure it's TATTOOS by BY Oliver OLIVER AYRE at gmail.com. And yeah, give me an email, man. I'm just sat in my house enjoying the sunshine before I go training right now. Yeah, it's been super nice weather over in England. I watched one of your videos and seen you did a lot of the tattoo with a liner. Is that a good idea? Is that a good idea? Yeah, it depends on what kind of style you have, really. Like you can, like a lot of top quality artists that I follow shade with liners. There's a guy called Eric Missinizin who shades with the liners. Like I do like a mixture between liners and mags anyway, so it's not like solidly just liner. I know in the tattoo series I just posted the last video on, the 7-part one I did most of that in just a 5-round liner. Thunderbirds, Argo. Hi friend, so glad I found you. Your channel really helpful. Cheers, man. Like I said earlier, you know, I'm here to help. I'm here to upload videos. I'm here to, you know, if anything needs to be, you say slower email. Tattoos by Oliver Air at gmail.com. So TATTOOS BYOLIVERAYRE at gmail.com. But this will be in the video anyway afterwards, bro. So I probably looked really stupid doing that. What was the saying before? I can't remember. Yeah, so like I sort of shade with the liner because I think it's really good on the skin, and it's just like a nice texture. Like if it's like a super light area, when you're shading with a curved mag in an area, and you need super light ink. When you shade, you can't really see the ink going in, so it's like, do I then go back over it, risk damaging the skin more? Do I leave it for a bit and then, you know, risk forgetting about that area? Or, you know, all these questions go on. But like I found, if you shade with if you do like real nice consistent like motions, hand movements with a really light ink, you can see that light ink straight away. In most skin types, so that's why I basically do it, man. Let's have a look. Cheers, Backstage Media. I really appreciate that, man. What's better needle to do what's that word? Diffuminated shades. I have no idea what that means, which is probably really stupid. Yeah, man, like I feel super stuck sometimes. Like I still get stuck now, you know. Jerry, yeah. Yeah, I did it. I have worked in a shop. I work on my own now, which is hard sometimes because like when I'm in a shop, I've got like a super creative environment. So like if you're stuck with something, you can ask another artist, you know, like 4 or 5 heads are better than one kind of thing. So I like, and like I felt like I could think more out of the box when I was in a studio kind of environment, you know. But yeah, like I am self-taught mainly. I basically went into a studio, going back earlier. I think I started this story, but I went into a studio when I first started. 3 months in, picked up a tattoo machine, and then tattooed a grapefruit or fucking banana or something. And then the guy stole all my stuff in the studio, which really fucked me off. And I then had to, you know, live in my car. I had nothing because I'd moved down to the area away from my family, like 4-hour drive. So I had to live in my car and do some shit jobs to get the money back again, because my aunt lent me like £1,000 to buy all my all my stuff with. So it's £1,000 I had to repay, and then I then bought all my stuff back again. I didn't get a Rotary Works, I don't think, to start with. I got a Bishop. I got a Bishop after that. That's what I had. I had a Rotary Works first, then I got a Bishop, which are insane machines, really nice. Quite hard to use though, the machine I got. I think it's probably just because I was like inexperienced, so I found it quite hard, so I didn't know how to use it. So yeah, but I think I still got that somewhere actually. But yeah, Bishop, Rotary, and then I went to the Cheyenne. And the Cheyenne was, because like the Bishop and the Rotary Works machines were all like individual needles, so you had to like, and you had to get a grip as well. I used disposable everything, by the way. And the Cheyenne was just like plug in and play like the cartridge. So it's just super easy. It saved me a lot of time. So I didn't have to have like multiple machines set up, one for lining, one for shading, one for something else, you know. So yeah. Am I gonna get revenge on my mentor who stole my machine? Nah, to be honest, man, like, to be honest, I feel like that, you know, I'm quite a big believer of what goes around comes around, and I think he's actually, a few years ago when I started to get established, because like my main goal was to get money from tattooing, you know, that I was like I said earlier, I was homeless. I had no idea what I was gonna do. I didn't know where the fuck I was going in life, and kind of tattooing actually saved my life, to be honest, like in regards to like mental headspace. So I started tattooing, and that's where all my energy and focus went into. So yeah, I mean, he's actually, like, when I started getting money and stuff, I then had goals and stuff. Like the first time in my life I had goals, like I wanted to be the best in my area. And then as soon as I was like well known in my area, I wanted to be like well known in like a few towns around my area. Then when I was well known around like the surrounding areas, I wanted to be like one of the biggest names in like the county I was in. And that happened. And then like now I've got like, you know, I want to be one of the best names in the country, which is like, you know, I don't think personally, because I'm really critical of my work. I don't think I'm anywhere near that yet, but I'm heading there. I need to. One of the worst things is like I need to learn more things, but one of the worst things is like tattooing by yourself is you have to learn everything by yourself. You have no one to teach you things, or, you know, so being in a studio again, like I was saying earlier, like if you're in a studio and you have different tattooists around you, they can like advise you certain things. So like I think the best environment is definitely a studio with other artists, like good quality people. And also I think Army the guy from Miami Ink, he famously, well, I think it's a famous quote, but he famously said he knows he's not the best artist in his studio, but that's a good thing, because when he surrounds himself with better people than him, he will then get better. So, and that's so true, man. Like when I went into a studio like 2 years ago, 3 years ago, and yeah, like I learned a lot from the guy that I was working with. Like he'd come from Belgium, and also like early on in my tattooing career as well. I think I was probably like 6 months in. I was working for this studio. I got an invite. I was doing dot work, like I said earlier, and I got an invite from a studio in Denmark, and to go and work out there, like a trial kind of thing, because I wasn't really happy at the studio I was working in. So I went over there for like a week, and this studio was insane, man. It was like this. It was a huge studio. Like it was like a mini convention, you know. It's like a huge studio where like 20 artists, 30 artists would all be like working and stuff. It's massive, like state of the art equipment. You know, all your inks were supplied. Like you didn't really have to buy anything. It's a really good place to work. So shout out to Havaro, the guy that invited me out there. If you ever watch this, which I doubt you will, but yeah, shout out to you, man, and thanks for everything, by the way. Yeah, he flew me out to Denmark, and I worked there for a week, learnt loads, and yeah, just because like this studio, as he would like set it out, he would get like every week he'd have like multiple like world-class artists coming in from different countries like Brazil, Switzerland, Portugal, like Italy. There was an insane artist there who was doing like color portraits, but they were like Steve Butcher level, like insane. And yeah, he was from Italy. I can't remember his name now. It's like a really Italian name, but yeah, like just a week there, I was like, man, this place, like this is an insane opportunity to be here. Like I'm so fucking grateful. You know, there was other English people there that I, you know, made friends with and stuff that I don't really speak to now. But yeah, like I feel like you should definitely surround yourself in a studio anyway. That's the number one place you'll learn a lot from, because there's just like more creative minds around you. I'm just gonna go down these. I'm using a gimbal, so I don't know how it might even just run out of battery, and then it'll just go. Yeah, Backstage Media. Are you planning to take revenge on your tattoo mentor who stole your machine? Nah, man, probably not. He's since asked me back, like a couple years ago. He was like, "Hey, man, hope you're well." Blah 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 blah. I was like, "Really? Wow, it's rich coming from you, bro." Like, you know, he still denies it to this day, but everyone knows what happened in the studio anyway, so whatever. He's still in business. Yeah, he is, man. He's still in business, I think, as far as I know. I don't really concern myself with people like around the area, because I'm so focused on my own shit. Like like I said, I hate the tattoo industry because it's very cliquey, so I just keep myself to myself. If I go to conventions, I'll keep myself to myself. Yeah, the tip that I was going to say earlier regarding conventions. So conventions are like, for me now, because I don't work with anyone, I work on my own. So for me, tattooing conventions are like a must to go to, because I will just stand there with my idol in front of me and just watch him or her. Like I'll just be stood there for hours, and I probably look like a complete weirdo, but I don't care, because I'm learning from this person, and I'm really interested in how he does things or she does things, and then I'm just like, yeah, sick. But it's like super busy environment, so it's cool, and you know, you've paid to get in. It's probably like 40, 50, 60 pounds to get in, so it's like, okay, you know, London Tattoo Convention, I'll probably be there September this year, not working, just going around, you know, teaching myself. So where you guys that follow me, I'm in the same position as you. I'm following someone else and learning from someone else. Like I did, like when I first started tattooing, I didn't have anybody to learn from. I was going on YouTube. There wasn't any YouTube videos on there. Like there's a lot more now, but you know, 4 years ago there was nothing. There's literally like real old school DVD kind of things like ripped onto YouTube where Bob Tyrell would just like do like a portrait or something, but I was just like, oh, I can't really learn from this, you know. So that's why I wanted to do like videos that I'm doing now to like teach people basically. So the person I had to watch 4 years ago was Lil B, and he taught me a lot. He taught me how to stipple. He taught me everything. I still need to learn stuff, but he taught me everything I know now about stippling, because I've, you know, watched him at conventions and stuff, and that's who I've learnt my stuff from. And one day he will follow me. If you ever see this, Lil B, you're a fucking G. But yeah. So do you have a trick to do the perfect lines? To be honest, man, no. Sometimes I don't even do the perfect lines, but that was one thing I was always good at when I started tattooing. Like, that's why I went straight into dot work, because I knew I was alright at putting lines in the skin, and then dots are just easy, you know. I'm so scared to put, this is KTR, I'm so scared to put the needle too deep, but my recent tattoos are really light and obviously done not deep enough. Do you know how much, like, I still have that trouble, but it's trial and error, man. Like, I think if they're healing too light, if it's consistent and they're still too light, then you're not using enough dark ink, maybe, you're just dipping in too much to the light ink. So maybe use some darker ink, man. You know, maybe use some darker grey wash. Don't use black, because that'll just fuck everything up. But yeah, like, just pay attention to the reference, and then try and match the colours up on what you're dipping into. And while you're so when you dip into like dark, say, and then do that, and then you dip into a light, you always want to wash it out before you dip into the light, because if you dip in from the dark, do the tattoo, and then from the light there's still dark ink on your needle, and when you dip into the light, it's gonna contaminate it with all that dark residue that's in there, so the lighter ink will then become dark, which is really annoying. Which is another tip that you need to keep hold of, because just every time you dip between shades, just wash it out and then dry it out with a towel. Wash it out, dry it out. Yeah, let's have a look at some more. Yeah, I mean, and like needle depth, I'd say a couple mil, like, but again, if you feel like it's not gone in the skin, just layer it up again. If you're pressing too light on the skin, you've got like, skin's good where you can layer it up like that. So if you're really, because I really lightly brush, like I'm not a heavy-handed artist, and I feel like that helps me with layering it up more and more and more. So I've got more room to layer, and you know, I'm not going to traumatize the skin. I was going to say something different then. I have a Xeon, and my work has jumped up from being nothing to people wanting my tattoos, but I still have problems with colour. I'm shit at colour, man. I've tried colour. I've done a couple things. Plain things, I'm good. Colours, like working with pure black ink, like you have to pack it in. You have to like pack the colour in. And I recently worked at a convention last year in London, and Will G, I think his name is. If he watches this, hello my dude, I need to come and see you. He's an insane colour artist based in Devon, I think. I think he's in Devon or Cornwall. And he's sick. Like, he basically works with colour like I would work with black and grey, and I'm like blows my mind. I'm like, how do you do it, man? So he like waters down his colours like I would with my black. So, and I've never thought about doing that, and I haven't really tried it, because I just want to get really good at black and grey first before I then dive into colour, because I think if you can do colour, that's what sets you, you know, out from the rest of the people, and you'll get more work, you'll get, you know, more recognition on tattoo pages and stuff, and you know, like, you'll just in turn, if you get good at colour and black and grey, you'll just balloon out, and you know, you'll be regarded as one of the best. So yeah, it's really good. Just keep practicing, man. But colours, definitely like black and grey, you have to pack it in so it's consistent. So, are you planning to participate on tattoo reality show like Ink Marks? So, Backstage Media, I did go for a position at. So there's a TV program here called Just Tattoo of Us, and I don't want to slag anyone off, but I didn't really get on with the producer and basically just chose not to do it because he basically was saying if there's a colour piece and we've got all these artists that are doing black and grey and there's a colour piece, will you do it? And I'm like, no, because I'm not confident at doing that. So he was like, okay, well, you know, blah, 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 blah. And I was like, yeah, like, I'm not gonna do something just because it's for the show. Like, if I then do a shit tattoo and it's on your TV program and you know, and you have to put that in, then, you know, it's gonna be shit. So I was basically trying to protect myself. And to be honest, it's all just bollocks, isn't it? I hate all that reality TV show. Yeah, it gets you more followers on Instagram and stuff, but like, who cares, isn't it? Who cares, man? Thanks, KTR. Hi, man. How can I make a tattoo license? All studios in my city don't want to let me in. Really? So I got my go to the council. I got my license from the council. Search your local tattoo council. Search your local council. I don't know if you're in a different country, but in the UK you have to have a license. I think in the US you don't have to have a license. Is that right? You can travel with it and go anywhere you want. I know a lot of tattooists in America tattoo from hotel rooms and stuff. They just like meet their clients in a hotel room, set up their shit in the hotel room and just tattoo there. It sounds so easy, man. But here you have to have licensing, you have to be like proper like licensed up and shit. So also it's 32 minutes on this live stream. I'm probably gonna have to go because I've got another appointment. I've got training after this, so yeah, so I'm probably gonna cut it off here now. But thanks for tuning in, guys. I'm gonna try and do one of these once a week, probably for longer because this has gone really quick. I've just realised the time. This has gone really quick. So yeah, if you wanna see another live stream, tune in maybe next week the same time, Thursday, and Rico Gonzalez, real quick, can you make a video or explain in detail how to shade black and grey with exactly when you drop into certain shades? Yeah, so a lot of you have said that in my videos to like angle the camera so you can see which shades I dip into and then go, because sometimes I'll dip into like a light and then a dark, like together, so I'm like double dipping and stuff. But you have to, that's like a bit more advanced, so you'll have to do like just watch how I do that. But yeah, I'll definitely do it. Yeah, I will connect back with you guys sometime next week. I will probably do it at the same time next week, Thursday or Friday, like 4-5 p.m. UK time. So yeah, yeah, cheers for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next video. I've got another video coming out actually real quick. I did a tattoo, and I think you can see my shades and what I dipped in.